you know. And a company like Netflix might have a point. Even Fortnite. What did Apple do to deserve this? We made the game. Everybody loves the game. Why should they take 30%, make us go through their store? Game's free, by the way, Fortnite. But you buy costumes and dances and stuff like that, and that's a multi-billion-dollar business. It's a multi-billion-dollar business. And Epic says, we don't want to give Apple the hundreds of millions of dollars for doing nothing. I don't know. Both sides seem to have some merit. What do you think? 8888 Ask Leo. That's the phone number. See, these are the kinds of deep, powerful, hard-hitting topics that I start every show with, and then we talk about why your internet's slow and your printer won't work and that kind of stuff. See, we cover. I am not in any way prejudiced. I cover it all. Everything going on in your world. That's what I want to talk about. That's what I'm here for. 8888 Ask Leo is the phone number. 888-827-5536. Toll free from anywhere in the U.S. or Canada. Oh, I didn't mention there is a website if you're interested. Pretty good. If I say so myself, pretty good little website. TechGuyLabs.com. That's free. Everything will be there. Our show today brought to you by Remote PC. As always, I love these guys, Remote PC. As everybody's now kind of saying, hey, guess what? Don't come back to work. You'll be glad you're using Remote PC. Remote PC is awesome sauce. It works on Windows or Mac. It allows you to attach to a PC or a Mac and essentially do anything you would do as if you were sitting in front of that computer. I mean, run any program, access the company network, even upload and download files. It's a pretty hot little product, and you know what? It's not just me that says so. Lots of small businesses like Fifth Point Accounting in Kentucky love it. They say, quote, we have only positive things to say about our experience with the Remote PC. It's been so good. I use it for tech support, too. The price is right. Less than $7 a month. Gives you 10 computers to connect to. PC Magazine gave it an excellent rating. Leading tech publication, Tech Radar, said Remote PC is the best remote access solution around. Well, the best just got better. Go to remotepc.com. Did I say $7 a month? Sign up today with the code LEO. 90% off for your whole first year. Pennies a month. remotepc.com. Kfi Am 640.
A U.S. drone strike killed a member of the Islamic State group's Afghanistan affiliate this morning after President Biden's vow to retaliate for the suicide bombing outside the airport in Kabul that killed 13 U.S. Marines. President Biden has approved a federal emergency declaration for Louisiana as Hurricane Ida makes its way to the state. And the Texas House has passed an election overhaul bill along party lines with one Republican dissenting. It now goes to the state Senate where it'll face little opposition. Then the governor signs it. Looks like I'm taking a different way home. We got a stall on the 405.
And southbound side, just before Mulholland, I received good news about this stall. It's on the Sepulveda Pass. It now has been cleared from the left lane over to the right shoulder, but you're still seeing delays from Victory Boulevard, and that's about a 15-minute ride. KFI and the Sky help get you there faster. I'm Soren Crump.
If you thought you missed the lowest mortgage rates in history, you're in luck because they're back. Mortgage rates are near historic lows again. So if you have a mortgage, refinance it and forget it. You'll never have to worry about refinancing again. Network Capital Funding is offering a low 15-year fixed rate at 1.75% with a 1.93 APR. Incredible! Network Capital has built a reputation for saving people time and money with our unique process that's fast, simple, and secure. Our 15-year fixed rate is 1.75% with a 1.93 APR. Second chances don't come often, and you may never see these rates again. So refinance it and forget it. That's a 15-year fixed at 1.75%. Yes, 1.75% with a 1.93 APR. Call the experts at Network Capital now. 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1-HIT. As in home run. Call now and save big on your refi. 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1448. NMLS ID 11712. Not licensed in all states. Visit NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Licensed by the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation and the Financing Law. Number 603B787. An equal opportunity lender. Rates subject to change and may not be available at rate law. Discount points may apply. Subject to credit approval. Call 800-500-1448 for additional cost information.
Get a king bed for a queen price at Mattress Firm. Save up to $500 during the best Labor Day sale ever on top-rated brands like Sealy and Sleepy's. Plus, get a free adjustable base when you spend $6.99 or more.
It's okay if you're wondering, is the COVID-19 vaccine safe for people like me? And when you're ready, here's your answer. It was tested by adult volunteers of different ages, races, genders, ethnicities, and health conditions. Tens of thousands of people, a group as diverse as California itself. And thanks to them, we know the vaccine is safe. Let's get you vaccinated. Let's get to immunity. Learn more at vaccinateall58.com or call 833-422-4255. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Start your future at a California community college. Financial aid is available to help with tuition, books, and sometimes even the rent. It's time to take the next big step. Classes can fill up quickly, so enroll today at icangotocollege.com.
We did a blind taste test, and every single time I picked Kettle One. It is my go-to vodka now because it actually has a lovely flavor base to it. I encourage you to experiment. I try and do it to push myself into textures or flavors that maybe I'm less familiar with, and I encourage you to do the same.
The Fork Report with Neil Saavedra this afternoon at 2 on KFI AM 640.
More stimulating talk.
Superman got nothing on me. I'm only one call away.
You're the Superman. Isn't that nice? Kim Schaffer, the unbreakable phone angel. Hello, Kim.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
Good. Feeling good. What should I start with? Who should I? Not what. There are people out there. They have
There are lots of
computer
people.
problems. Yeah.
Computer problems? No, let's see. Yeah.
No,
computer
anybody,
problem. Yeah,
whatever.
it's a computer problem.
A technology issue. Who should I start with?
Penny on line 1 in Seal Beach.
Oh. Well, let's see if we can hear the seals in the background. Hello, Penny.
Good morning, Leo. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. Except for my computer keeps giving me notifications, and I don't know whether to trust it or not.
What are the notifications saying?
It's saying I have my PC has a Trojan.
It does not.
Microsoft Edge 5 virus. Then underneath that it says unique data cat top.
I'm going to ignore all that stuff because that's gobbledygook. Does it say it's coming from an antivirus?
Well, then it says potential virus 3, and it says click here.
Yeah, I don't care about that. Click here is always a problem. Does this?
Click here to renew antivirus, Microsoft Edge, and McAfee. It keeps shooting up. I could be on the computer, and it's like every, 2-3 minutes.
So the first thing to do is uninstall McAfee. Do you have McAfee on there?
No.
Well, that tells you it's a fake notification, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You can't renew something you don't have, but I would just check just to make sure you don't, because some computers come with it as trialware. You may not even know you have it. So, you want to go to add remove programs or whatever Microsoft calls it. They keep changing the name of it, but the installed programs, and make sure McAfee's not there.
I went into my firewall, or the Microsoft firewall. It's on. It's all I have on here for the antivirus is what came with the computer.
Yes.
I didn't add anything to it.
No, and what came with it might be McAfee. So I hate it. The computer companies do this, but they call it trialware on the computer. It's a trial version of an antivirus. So make sure McAfee is uninstalled. You want to get rid of that because it's no good. You've got Microsoft Defender anyway. You don't need anything else. This is almost certainly spurious. Hang on the line. We're going to get ready for Scott Wilkinson, but I want to talk to you off the air. Leo Laporte, the Tech Guy. Leo Laporte, the Tech Guy on KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk. KFI News, right around the corner.
KFI, news on the hour, on the half, and when it breaks.
A woman has been shot on the 134 freeway in Glendale. The woman was apparently holding a rifle around 9:30 this morning near the Harvey Road exit of the freeway. The CHP says it is unclear if the woman was shot by officers or herself. The freeway has been shut down for the investigation. Traffic is being diverted onto the 2 freeway. The U.S. military has used a drone to kill members of the Islamic State group's Afghanistan affiliate.
I can confirm, as more information has come in, that 2 high-profile ISIS targets were killed and 1 was wounded. and we know of 0 civilian casualties.
Army Major General Hank Taylor says the attack was completed in response to President Biden's promise to retaliate for the suicide bombing outside the airport in Kabul that killed 13 U.S. Marines. The U.S. military is expecting more attacks as people continue to try to get out of Afghanistan before the August 31st deadline. News brought to you by veteran-owned SemperSolaris.com. Hurricane Ida is heading for the Gulf Coast. New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell says Ida has been developing more rapidly than expected.
Hurricane Ida developed and has been developing more rapidly than anyone was prepared for, and there are no indications at all that it will weaken.
Cantrell called for mandatory evacuations for residents in low-lying areas outside of the city's levee system and voluntary evacuations for those elsewhere. The mayor says residents who stay should be making preparations now to shelter in place. Forecasters say the storm could become a Category 4 hurricane with winds up to 140 miles an hour and storm surge of up to 15 feet along parts of the coast. The LA County Health Order has been amended to require people with COVID-19 to participate in contact tracing.
Health officials say contact tracing is intended to track down the source of a person's infection and notify those who may have come into contact with them. Officials say with new outbreaks in area schools, contact tracing is crucial. Up till now, contact tracing has been voluntary and started at the beginning of the pandemic last year, but the program soon fizzled out, leaving health officials with gaps in data. Steve Gregory, Kfi News.
The LA County Health Department is now requiring everyone who tests positive for COVID-19 to call within 24 hours to participate in the contact tracing. It's intended to track down the source of a person's infection and notify those who may have come into contact with that person. The health order was amended Thursday. Contact tracing used to be voluntary. An Arkansas doctor is under investigation by the state's medical board for prescribing the anti-parasitic drug ivermectin thousands of times for COVID-19 treatment. Dr. Robert Karras said he gave the drug to many, including inmates at the Washington County Jail. Ivermectin is mainly used on livestock, is not recommended by the CDC as a COVID-19 treatment, and has led to many calls to poison control centers. The local chief deputy in Karras defended using it, saying treatment is voluntary and there have been no deaths there from ivermectin. However, the Food and Drug Administration has emphatically cautioned against using ivermectin to treat COVID-19 and actually tweeted this: "You are not a horse, you are not a cow. Seriously, y'all, stop it." Looks like I'm still taking another way home. We got a closure on the 134.
On the westbound side, as Mark mentioned earlier, at Eagle Rock, there is a closure on the 134 westbound at the 2. All of activity is being diverted off onto the north. Your ride starts to slow as you approach Figueroa. Heading to Lake Terrace, there's a stall on the eastbound side of the 210 just after Wheatland. It's taking away the left lane. Watch for slowing as you approach. KFI and the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Soren Crump.
Sunny day ahead. Details next.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Get a king bed for a queen price at Mattress Firm. Save up to $500 during the best Labor Day sale ever on top-rated brands like Sealy and Sleepy's. Plus, get a free adjustable base when you spend $6.99 or more.
Southland weather from KFI. Sunny. Not so much of a furnace today. High 70s to low 80s at the beaches, low 90s in Metro LA and Orange County, mid 90s to 100 in the valleys, low to mid 100s in the Inland Empire. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Mark Ronner.
Income-eligible renters impacted by COVID-19 can now get 100% of their past due rent and utility bills paid through the California COVID-19 Rent Relief Program. Landlords with tenants who haven't paid rent because of COVID-19 are eligible for 100% reimbursement too. The application is fast, your information is private, and you won't be asked about citizenship. Apply at housingiskey.com before eviction protections end on September 30th. Brought to you by the California Department of Housing and Community Development.
Well, it is inevitable, right? Hot Southern California summers.
Not in my house. We refer to them as the brisk, chilly California summers.
Well, that's because of your SolarMax solar panels.
Yep, I can keep my house cool without worrying about where the thermostat is, because with SolarMax, my electricity practically free.
SolarMax is local. They are right here in Southern California. They do have the best products and service going.
Yeah, that's going to mean excellent quality control, no middleman. Not only that,
I wouldn't call it awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
It depends on your definition of awesome. I mean, an OLED would look better even, but TCL's fine, right?
Yes, exactly.
Especially their new ones. The high-end series are pretty good.
Yes, exactly. And he says that no budget limit at the moment. So I'm going, okay. If there's really no budget limit, I would look. The largest TV, flat panel TV you can get these days is in the 83 to 85 inch range. And it's a fairly large room, apparently. And so if money really is no object, I would start with the LG 83C1 OLED. 83 inches, the C1 series is $5,500. So, it ain't cheap. If you want to go down a little bit from that, the Samsung QN85 for $4,000. That's an LCD TV with quantum dot technology. It's really very good. In the $3,000 range, you can go with either the TCL 85 R745, which is not their top of the line, doesn't use mini LED backlights, but it's the biggest one they make. And that's $3,000. But you can also get a Vizio P85QX for the same amount of money, and they're very comparable. So I would say if you're in the $3,000 range, look at the TCL or the Vizio. If he's a Roku guy anyway, he doesn't really need a Roku TV because he probably has a Roku outboard box. So, you don't really need a Roku TV unless you don't plan to have an extra box in that room. Another option I might recommend or suggest that you look into are ultra short throw projectors, UST projectors, which we talked about.
I got a Hisense
one of those.
I love it.
Yeah, exactly. The Hisense, and that'll give you a 100-inch screen.
It's a little washed out compared to direct view because it's a projector.
It is. That is correct. And you need a special screen to go with it. Now, the Hisense comes with a screen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Most of the UST projectors that I would recommend don't. And so you'd have to add that onto your budget. The Optima P2 is $3,300. The Epson LS300 is $2,000. The LS500 is $5,000. And Samsung makes a couple, LSP 9, 7, and 9 at $3,500 and $6,500. And those are really quite good. He also asked the question, what are your thoughts about projector versus wall-mounted TV for a large space? And the larger the space, the larger the screen you want. So at some point, you really are going to want a projector, which isn't going to be as bright, not nearly as bright as a flat panel TV. And also, projectors have a much harder time with high dynamic range. So they just because they're not nearly as bright, and most of them don't have nearly the same deep black level as a flat panel TV, projectors, either front projectors or ultra short throw projectors, just can't do HDR nearly as well as a flat panel TV. So if you're a real videophile and you want as good HDR as you can get, then you're back to a flat panel TV. And if you can spend the money on an LG 83-inch C1 OLED, it's not going to be as bright as an LCD, but it's still going to give you a superb picture. I mean, you've got OLED, I've got OLED in my theater. That's what I use. It's just the best picture you can get.
Oh, I love it. We have a variety of TVs to choose from, and so the best TV, you're right, but we put it in a room where we can get it pretty dark. But it's gorgeous, and we sit fairly close to this. I think we have a 70, but it's very much a cinema experience. We're only maybe 6 feet, 7 feet from the screen.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
So distance from the screen is part of what makes a screen big. If you're going to sit 10 feet away, then 80 inches would almost be not enough.
Yeah, almost not enough. Exactly right.
Yeah.
He also asks about what do I recommend for the paint color on the TV wall, the wall where the TV is going to be. And that's an easy answer. The answer is this. If your spouse will allow it, black.
Black, not Battleship Gray?
Nope. No,
Black.
absolute black on the wall where the TV
That
is.
has a low SAF, I have to say.
Yes, it has a low SAF.
Yeah.
Spousal acceptance factor, that's correct.
Yeah.
However,
Honey, I want to paint around black. Mona, what's going on?
when we moved into this house where we're at now, and I have a home theater, I was gonna paint the whole room black, and my wife said, I think I'm gonna veto that, but
you could the back wall would be enough, right?
the back wall isn't, well, you want the whole room to be dark. And he says he has very little ambient light, natural light in the room, which is good. But you want the whole room to be dark and neutral. So in my wife and my case, we looked at the palette, and she pointed to the darkest one she would accept. And it's still fine, it's like 9 or 10% reflectivity, so it's very dark in there.
That's good. That's good.
Which is good. Perfectly fine.
So you want to be kind of like in his chamber where the only light is the TV.
Correct. Well, and a bias light. We've talked about bias lights before. The TV is so bright that it can hurt your eye fatigue. Yeah, exactly. So ideally, you want a light behind the TV that gives a larger area of some light. Not a lot, but some. And that biases your eyes into a range where they don't get fatigued.
Huh.
So that's an important thing to consider as well.
Isn't that kind of, let's be honest, why paint it black if you're going to have a colored light behind the TV?
It's not colored. No, it's a very specific white of that light. That light has to be a very particular color of white, technically called D65.
The Liam Neeson color. A very particular color of light. D65.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so we have a D65 light.
Yep.
We have a black room. We have a TCL 80-inch.
Yep.
Now how about sound?
He wants a sound bar, and he was thinking about getting a TCL sound bar, which I would not recommend because they don't have sound bars that have actual surround sound. I would get a Vizio Elevate if you can afford it. It's $1,000, but it's really the best high-end sound bar out there that isn't many thousands of dollars. So that would be the one I would get, or possibly Yamaha or a Vizio. Yeah, the Vizio Elevate is the one I would get, or the next one down, right?
Yeah.
Yes, they have Atmos. Yeah, and that would sound awesome. If he wants awesome, he'd get awesome.
I like having discrete speakers and AV receiver and all that, but that's a lot more complicated.
It's a lot more complicated.
Keep it simple. Scott Wilkinson, Home Theater Geek. He's our Home Theater Geek. Distributor at techhive.com. And a regular, thank you, sir.
My pleasure.
Real report. You're listening to KFI AM 640. You keep it right here for more Tech Hive.
The FBI says federal agencies are on high alert for terror attacks against the U.S. because of the violence and chaos in Afghanistan. Power's out for nearly 6,000 LADWP customers in the San Fernando Valley. A circuit breaker caught on fire around 3 this morning at an LADWP facility in Reseda. All customers should have their power restored by 8 tonight. And a study says people infected with the Delta variant of COVID-19 are twice as likely to have to go to the hospital for symptoms compared to the original Alpha variant. We got a stall on the 10. Perhaps we do not have a stall on the 10.
I'm sorry, I'm here. My microphone was off. On the westbound side of the 10 at Western and Mid-City, there's a stall taken away at right lane. Watch for delays from Hoover. KFI and the help get you there faster. I'm Soren Crum.
Have you been wanting to spruce up your home but are being told you'll have to wait weeks or even months for your furniture to come in? Don't wait. At Court Furniture Outlet, everything you see is in stock and ready for immediate delivery. And now, during Court Furniture Outlet's annual Labor Day sale, you'll save on everything you need to brighten up your home or make your workplace more comfortable. New upholstery in several styles and colors, including sleeper sectionals with storage, only $5.99. A huge selection of office furniture, including mesh pack office chairs from only $59. Plus great deals on bedroom sets, mattresses, dining, and so much more. Come into one of Southern California's best-kept secrets, where home stagers, designers, and savvy business professionals have been shopping for over 40 years. Visit Court Furniture Outlet in Glendale on Central, in Corona at the 91 and McKinley, and now Fountain Valley at Euclid and the 405. Or go to CourtFurnitureOutlet.com. That's C-O-R-T FurnitureOutlet.com.
Get a king bed for a queen price at Mattress Firm. Save up to $500 during the best Labor Day sale ever on top-rated brands like Sealy and Sleepy's. Plus, get a free adjustable base when you spend $6.99 or more.
SoCal drivers go when they want to upgrade to a super new Honda? The Norm Reeves Honda Superstore. Right now, shop super prices on a super selection during the Honda Summer Sales event. Is your Honda lease ending soon? Return it to any of our 5 lease return super centers in the Cerritos Auto Square, Huntington Beach, West Covina, the Irvine Auto Center, and Vista. You'll get a super experience whether you lease with us or not. Upgrade today and get super prices on a super selection. All backed by our price protection guarantee, which states if you can find the same new Honda for less within 5 days, Norm Reeves will pay you the difference or buy your vehicle back. Visit our super award-winning Norm Reeves Honda Superstore locations in Huntington Beach, West Covina, the Irvine Auto Center, and the #1 Honda store in the world in the Cerritos Auto Square. Plus, we're now open in Vista. Shop online at normreeves.com. As for Global Honda Vehicle Sales 2020.
Alzheimer's disease is a national crisis. More than 6 million Americans are living with the diagnosis. Alzheimer's Los Angeles provides people living with the disease and their caregivers free support and services to make their life a little easier. Learn more at alzheimersla.org.
Next on the Mo Kelly Show, the Kabul airport terrorist attack will have a ripple effect which could be felt right here in California on September 14th in the recall election. Also, comedian Ms. Pat stops by to pump up her new show. Also, social media site OnlyFans doesn't know whether it's coming or going with its platform porn flip-flop.
Mo Kelly, tonight at 6.
KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk.
Tech guy. 8888 Ask Leo. Paul's on the line from Louisville. I said it right, Paul? Louisville, Kentucky.
Well, actually, it's Louisville. But,
you like Louisville? Okay.
Because we were named after King Louis XVI.
Right. It's technically Louisville, but every time I'm over there, they say, oh, we say Louisville.
Well, I'm in an argument with about it. So anyway.
I agree with you. It's Louisville. King Louis' town.
Although St. Louis was named after a French king, and everybody pronounces it St. Louis, so...
Right.
Go figure.
Go figure.
Yeah. I got an easy day for you. I thought I'd give you a break. You know, all these years you've had all these difficult questions. I'm just going to ask you some opinions. First off, it's kind of like a problem / annoyance / mystery, okay?
Yeah.
I've got the Brave browser installed on 2 Linux Mint laptops.
Yeah, I like Brave. It's a privacy-first browser based on Google's Chromium engine.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I've never had this happen. I've never had an app that has had, and I've never had this happen with Brave either, I never have had an app that has required so many updates. Lately, the Brave browser every other day practically got an update. Can you give me some information on that?
Yeah, this is normal. I hate to say it, but it's normal. So browsers are your front line on the internet, right? They are a very common vector for infection because they're the thing that's going out into the public and bringing stuff back onto your computer. So bad guys attack the browsers all the time. Google has lately had, I think at last count, 13 serious zero-day flaws in Chrome over the last month. It's been a bad August for Google. So probably what you're seeing, I don't know, but I would guess what you're seeing is Brave updating its engine as Google updates Chrome to make sure it's secure. Brave might even be having its own issues in updating it. So this is one of the things with Linux that I actually like, which is you can run an update every day and it will update not only the operating system as Windows does. I wish Windows did this, but it'll update all the installed apps as long as you install them with the package manager that comes with Mint, which is apt or apt install. So
this time I did. Actually, this is the first time that I've ever installed the Brave browser through the terminal. It wasn't in my package.
It didn't come. It wasn't available as an installed package. Okay, so that might be it as well. Maybe did you use Snap or one of the other installers?
Just use Flatpak. I went to the instructions on how to install it, and that was what was available.
Okay.
I went to the Brave website.
Yeah. Now I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. It is not unusual to see regular updates. I agree, this is now a pain because instead of just doing it in your normal workflow, you've got to do a separate update.
Well, Chrome, it's not doing it with Chrome and Firefox. It's just Brave.
It is doing it with Chrome and Firefox.
No, not to the frequency that I am.
Well, but you may not even see it because Chrome and Firefox update in the background.
I see.
And so would Brave had it been installed through the OS. Chrome is absolutely doing updates almost daily. It's just you're not seeing it. They try to roll them up, and maybe they're trying to get it to once a week. Whenever a browser wants to be updated, update it.
Oh yeah.
I understand it's kind of a pain. That's not ideal.
Like painful. It's just I was just curious.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it's anything to worry about. You can go to the Brave website and look at the updates, or there's probably a change log being somewhere, recent updates being stored somewhere on your system, and see what those updates are. And so you can see this is a good idea anyway for anybody. See, why are you updating this? What is the update for? And you'll probably see that there's security updates. It's been a kind of nasty month for security, I have to say.
Oh, well, can I ask you one more quick opinion question? Yeah. For years, you and Steve have recommended really long, complex passwords. And I was wondering a couple of questions in regard to that. When you go to these websites and you check the strength of a password, you'll have one password that'll say it's almost light years, and then so you would say you make it even stronger than that. So if you have two passwords, really long passwords, and they both are just enormously complex, like so many trillions, how do you, is let's say 100-character password.
Yeah.
This is an example.
Yeah.
Is that any? Could you not get by with say a 64-character?
Yeah, you don't need 100. You probably don't even need 32, to be honest with you.
Right.
I wouldn't worry about it. The most important things. There's two things with passwords. One is not to reuse them. So even if you had a 100-character password, if you used it everywhere you went, and one of those places, let's say you used it at T-Mobile, and it got compromised, then everything's compromised. So that's the first rule. Second rule is let the password manager that you're using generate a good password for you, because it'll do it randomly. If you try to do it randomly, it won't be random, because human brains aren't random. So use a password generator. I strongly recommend a password manager only because they will generate and they'll remember it, so you don't have this.
Bitwarden.
Perfect. Bitwarden's great. So use their password generator. And you don't have to make it that long. If you're doing 16 even, and you're doing it in a mix of upper and lowercase numbers and punctuation.
That leads me to this question. Would it not be a good idea if you could have an alternate way for a password in which you would have a shorter, strong password, but if you didn't get it right, it would lock you out after so many tries? Wouldn't that prevent brute force if you could only...
It would, so there's a lot of things sites can do to make themselves more secure. Usually there's rate limiting, which means you can't try 1,000 passwords a second on a website. He'll go, what? Slow down. That's good, because in order to crack a password with brute force, it needs to do millions of tries a second. The thing is, if they can get whatever they're trying to unlock onto their system, there's no limiting. So password limiting, countdowns that like the iPhone does, where after the 10th time it says, we're erasing this sucker because you don't know your password. Those are great. But it depends on the attack surface. If the bad guy's got your whatever he's trying to unlock. In fact, that's what